here to protest and condemn this Zionist so-called Rabbi Avi Weiss that stands up in antagonism against whoever stands up for the rights of the Palestinians. He comes out to condemn the United Nations for their attempts of restoring some, at least, rights of the Palestinian people. We say, according to Judaism, all Jewish rabbis ever since were against the philosophy of Zionism and against the very existence of the State of Israel. According to Jewish belief, Jews are in a divinely decreed exile since the destruction of the Second Temple. According to Jewish teachings, we are forbidden to create our own sovereign state, even without oppressing other people. But when this State of Israel was created in Palestine by oppressing an entire people, this is simply against Jewish philosophy, and this is against many other laws within Judaism. When we speak about calling for a Palestinian state, we say that it's really good to see when people understand, when nations understand, when world leaders understand that the rights of the Palestinian people has to be addressed and has to be returned, and when land of Palestine is being returned to its indigenous population is something that is really good. But we say, according to Judaism, that the entire State of Israel has to be dismantled and the entire land has to be returned to its indigenous population. At that time, we believe that peace should be achieved, will be achieved, and can be achieved. We are out here with people representing many anti-Zionist Jewish communities in the greater New York area. We came out here to protest against this Zionist so-called Rabbi Avi Weiss that stood here before on the other side of the street to antagonize, to condemn whoever stands up for the rights of the Palestinian people. He is here to promote Zionism to the full extent, and let's call it extreme Zionist supporter. What we say is that according to Jewish belief, according to Jewish law, the State of Israel is totally forbidden. The entire philosophy of Zionism to begin with is foreign to Jewish teachings. According to Jewish belief, Jews are in a divinely decreed exile since the destruction of the Second Temple about 2,000 years ago. We are forbidden to create our own sovereign state by physical means, by political motivations. This would be forbidden even without oppressing any human being. But since this happened in Palestine by oppressing an entire nation, this is simply violating many other rules within Judaism, and as everybody knows, is against international law. What we say is that this is against Judaism, it's against humanity, it's a disaster for Palestine, and is an embarrassment for Jewish people when this is being done in our name, and even worse when this is being done in the name of our religion. When a so-called rabbi stands up and speaks in the name of our religion, this is simply an act of rebellion against the Almighty, an embarrassment for our religion, an embarrassment for our people. We stand up and say, whatever was done, whatever is being done, and whatever is the consequence of actions of the State of Israel is not in the name, is not being done in the name of all Jews, and certainly not in the name of Jewish religion. We pray and we hope for the peaceful and speedy dismantlement of the entire State of Israel. We hope this should happen in our days, and we hope this should be peaceful without suffering of anyone, Jews or Arabs, Palestinians. At that time, we certainly hope that the peace that did exist in the Muslim world between Jews and Muslims, and in Palestine in particular, we still have people who remember the nice coexistence that did take place in Palestine. Why was this destroyed, and when was this destroyed? What was the cause? We need to understand this, and we need to explain this. This only happened I have to agree, before 1948, but after the invention of Zionism, when Zionism came into Palestine and made it people uncomfortable and simply caused this rift between the people, between the Palestinians and the Jews. The Jews lived as a minority in Palestine. They were respected and they respected others. This was the case in the past. This can be the case in the future. This should be the case in the future. And we hope and we pray that this will be the case in the future.
And what do you think is going to happen in the UN?
When we are talking about calling for a Palestinian statehood, we say that certainly this is a step towards justice. This is simply a right step to be concerned of the issues of Palestine, return the land that was stolen from them, return it to the indigenous population, understand that their rights has to be restored. But the only thing what we say is that according to Judaism, we say that according to Judaism, the entire land has to be returned to its indigenous population. All rights has to be, all Palestinian rights has to be addressed. And we certainly believe, based on history, on past history, that Jews will be able to live in peace with the Palestinian people once this political movement of Zionism is put aside.
And do you think the political issue can be separated from the religious issue, or is it completely?
It simply has to be separated, even as long as it's still here. What we are doing already for decades, and we are successful to explain to the Muslim people, to the Palestinian people, and to the world at large, the great difference between Judaism as a religion and Zionism, a political movement. Whatever is being done by this political movement, whatever they stand for, whatever they do, is certainly not speaking, acting, doing in the name of our religion. This has nothing to do with Judaism, happens to be totally contrary to Judaism and to Jewish belief, to the Jewish teachings.
And can I ask you then, what do you think is going to happen today? I mean, from like, do you think it's going to pass? Do you think it's not? And what's going to be the effect?
You know, I'm not the political engineer. I'm not a prophet to say what is going to happen. What I can say, what is supposed to happen. This is exactly what is supposed to happen, and we pray that we say, in Judaism there's a verse saying that hearts of kings and rulers are in the hand of the Almighty. We pray to the Almighty to turn the hearts of world leaders to justice and to do the right step for the favor of us all. And we certainly believe that this is going to be the favor for the Palestinians and the safety for Jewish people and the good for humanity.
Thank you so much.
There are a couple of people across the street who are calling you a gross misrepresentation of the Jewish community. How would you respond to
Yes, we are very used to that, and whoever would be uncomfortable with the other would say that they don't represent Judaism. And it happens to be that this is exactly what I would say for them, that if we sit down, and I would be willing to do that with any one of you, sit down and study our religion, bring out the quotes of our leaders, and we would see who is representing traditional Judaism and who doesn't. Well, we don't represent the Zionist version of Judaism. We don't represent this relatively new philosophy of Zionism that is relatively new. It's like only 100 years old. But if we consider Judaism according to new philosophy from the last 100 years, or we consider Judaism what was revealed by the Almighty for thousands of years, this is exactly what Judaism is. This is based on the books of the prophets, based on the Talmud, based on verses in the Torah, and this is exactly what traditional Judaism is. And we are proud of standing out despite all intimidation, and we are standing up and transmitting the traditional voice of Judaism.
What's your position on the state of Palestine?
The state of Palestine is something that has to take place. This is something that will certainly take place. Otherwise, it'll be disastrous and dangerous to us all, to all humanity, as almost all of us understand and face today. We hope that this would happen, but according to Judaism, as a Jew I say that when we speak about granting Palestinian statehood, we say that according to Judaism, the entire land has to be returned to its indigenous population. All concerns of the Palestinians, all rights has to be addressed, and when that would happen, we hope that the peace that did exist in the past in Palestine will be the future, and will be the favor for us all.
There are a couple of Jews who feel that the Arab Muslims are trying to come in and take over their land. How would you respond to that?
I would respond that the Palestinians feel that the Jews came in and took their land. And we need to face reality. We need to understand that we need to go back to the cause of all of this, and we have to face the problems. If Israel did crimes in the past, if they are continuing crimes because they have started it, unless they would understand to address it righteously, no one would be safe and no one would be in good shape. This flag, unfortunately, is embarrassing us all. This is endangering us and you. We need to understand that this is what endangered us for decades. This has shed blood, our blood, other blood, your blood and Palestinian blood. This is dangerous to the humanity. This is dangerous to the world. Please do understand. This is dangerous. This is a rebellion against the Almighty. By rebelling against the Almighty, nothing good will happen to any of us. It will at least give another chance to people to understand that what is happening by so-called Jews, by so-called representation of Judaism, is not the case. This is not in the name of Judaism, which is good for everyone. We need all humanity has to understand this. The world has to understand this. This is critically important. And second of all, we are here to express the voice of Judaism, which is so embarrassing, being solid. Our religion is being embarrassed, and this is something that has to be. We are out here to sanctify the name of the Almighty and the religion of Judaism, and we are here to speak up for what is right. We are not sitting back home being silenced for all crimes which is being done, even if it wouldn't be done in our name. It should be a righteous person should stand up for what they believe is right.